All right, let's dive into everything happening with the San Francisco 49ers as they gear up in the thick of training camp. It's that time when the intensity picks up, the roster shuffles start rolling, and the buzz around the team's potential for the upcoming season really begins to build. So as practice number 6 wraps up at the SAP Performance Facility, there's plenty to unpack from the moves, the injuries, and the vibe coming out of camp. First up, the roster moves. The Niners have been busy shaking things up this week, making a total of 9 transactions that caught a lot of attention. The most notable signings came with wide receivers and running backs joining the squad, aiming to add some fresh firepower and depth. San Francisco inked deals with Andy Isabella and Amir Abdullah, 2 players who bring unique skill sets that could potentially fill some gaps on the offense and special teams. Isabella, a former second-round pick from 2019, is known for his blazing speed, clocked around 43 on the radar, which is exactly the kind of explosiveness head coach Kyle Shanahan has been itching to add. Although he's undersized, hovering just under 190 pounds and standing around 5'8" or 5'9", his agility and burst are his calling cards. He was a standout All-American in college at UMass, racking up over 1,000 yards his senior year. But for some reason, his NFL career never quite took off with the Cardinals. His route running hasn't been polished, and his size has raised questions, but maybe the Niners can tap into that raw speed and return potential that he showed flashes of. Today, we even saw him taking some reps on punt returns, which suggests the team might be eyeing him as a dynamic special teams contributor. Then there's Amir Abdullah, another second-round pick, but from 2015, drafted by the Detroit Lions. He's carved out a niche as a versatile back who can catch the ball out of the backfield and offer solid pass protection. That dual threat ability is exactly what Kyle Shanahan covets, especially because Abdullah also has return experience, something that can add value on multiple fronts. Last season, during his time with the Raiders, he wasn't just a runner, he showed he can be a reliable target catching passes too, which fits the mold of the modern NFL running back perfectly. His experience in the league, nearly a decade at this point, speaks volumes about his durability and understanding of the game, which could be huge for a team looking for depth and reliability. Not stopping there, the Niners also brought in wise receiver Marquez Callaway, a guy with solid size of 6'2" and over 200 pounds. Callaway's career has been a bit of a roller coaster. He came into the league as an undrafted free agent out of Tennessee and made waves with the New Orleans Saints in his second year, putting up nearly 700 yards and 6 touchdowns. That season really made fans sit up and take notice. Since then, he struggled to find consistency, but adding him gives San Francisco some physicality at receiver, something that could help balance out the group, especially considering they just released Quimia St. Brown, who had pretty good size but played a different style. Callaway's more of a straight line runner with the ability to muscle through defenders, so it's going to be interesting to see how Shanahan integrates him into the offense. Speaking of moves, the team also added quarterback Carter Bradley, who's a bit of a familiar face around the organization. He played college ball at Toledo in South Alabama and is actually the son of Gus Bradley, the Niners associate head coach and defensive mind under Robert Saleh. That connection probably helped get Carter a close look, but according to Shanahan, his workout was so impressive that the team had no choice but to sign him. Shanahan has always preferred to roll with 4 quarterbacks in camp. And now with Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, Tanner Murray, and Bradley, they have a solid mix of experience and potential. Bradley spent last year with the Raiders as an undrafted free agent and has decent arm strength, so his presence could bring some competition and stability behind center. He joins the team alongside Callaway, Isabella, and Abdullah, all of whom had their tryouts just recently and clearly impressed the coaches enough to earn a spot. Another key internal roster update came with left guard Ben Bartch, who was taken off the non-foot injury list after a quad injury kept him sidelined earlier this offseason. Today was his first practice of training camp, and he immediately stepped in as the starting left guard with the first-string offense. That's huge news for the offensive line, which has looked solid but is always hungry for stability and talent. In the trenches, Trent Williams remains the rock at left tackle, widely regarded as one of the best ever at his position, while Jake Brendel continues to anchor the center spot. Dominic Raiola, who showed top-tier guard potential last season, has struggled a bit early in camp but still has immense upside. And Colton McKivitz enters the final year of his contract motivated to make a splash, even stating his goal to reach the Pro Bowl this coming season. The injury front, however, has been a mixed bag. Running back Jordan James, who's been battling a knee issue, missed several practices this week. That may have played a part in the team signing Abdullah, as the Niners wanted to bolster depth at running back just in case. Thankfully, James is not expected to be out long, but the knee ailment is definitely something to monitor. Cornerback Diomedor Lenoir, who many believe could break out as a Pro Bowl level player this year, has been sidelined due to a hip injury and is expected to miss at least 3 practices. His absence, along with that of Renard Robinson, the number 2 cornerback, really puts the secondary depth to the test. The Niners will be looking to players like Trey Brown and Darrell Luter Jr. to step up in practice reps and be ready if needed. Once the season kicks off, wide receiver Jawan Jennings is dealing with a frustrating calf injury that he first suffered back in the spring and then re-aggravated recently. Calf injuries are always tricky, especially since they can lead to more serious problems like Achilles tears if not handled carefully. Jennings is arguably the top wide receiver on the team, especially with Brandon Ayuk out and Ricky Pearsall being inconsistent in practice. Jennings' injury is a huge blow, not only because he is a key weapon on offense, but also because he's currently in contract talks. The timing couldn't be worse, as he remains day-to-day with no clear timetable for a return. It definitely throws a wrench into the chemistry and rhythm that the wide receivers are trying to build in camp. On the bright side, rookie first round pick Mike Williams was back on the field after missing a practice due to an ankle injury. That ankle has been a concern ever since his college days, but so far in camp, he's looked impressive. Shanahan has been singing his praises, noting Williams' technique, physicality, and versatility on the defensive line. His combination of length and power is a rare gift for a young player, and the way he's adapting to the pro level has been encouraging. Watching him move around, it's clear he has the potential to be a cornerstone on that defense. Practice itself had plenty of moments to get excited about. The veterans like Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, and Nick Bosa all had off days, with the coaching staff carefully managing their workloads to keep them fresh for the regular season grind. McCaffrey has looked outstanding in camp. His conditioning, explosiveness, and speed all seem fully back after his recovery. Trent Williams, despite some challenges in one-on-one matchups with Bosa, remains a dominant force. And it's clear that Bosa has been sharpening his edge all offseason, making for some intense battles on the field. The highlight of the day was definitely Brock Purdy launching a deep ball 75 yards downfield to DeMarcus Robinson. This comes after Purdy has been disproving the narrative that he's just a check-down quarterback. Instead, he's connecting on deep passes consistently throughout camp, showing off accuracy and arm strength that few expected from him. Whether it's the 50-yard connection to Jordan Watkins or multiple completions to George Kittle downfield, Purdy is showing he can stretch the field. His ranking among NFL quarterbacks for deep ball completion percentage is impressive, sitting comfortably in the top 10, which should give Niners fans plenty of optimism. Not to be overlooked, the new signees Amir Abdullah and Andy Isabella took some punt return reps today alongside rookies like Jordan Watkins and Junior Bergen. Bergen, in the 7th round pick, is primarily a special teams ace, known for his return skills and tenacity, which could make him a valuable piece on that phase of the game. Shanahan hinted Bergen will need to prove more as a receiver to secure a spot on the final roster, but his special teams upside is undeniable. Overall, the draft class looks promising. Shanahan has been especially high on Mike Williams and Upton. Stout, a smaller but aggressive and tenacious rookie cornerback who brings a mean streak to the defense. Stout has impressed in coverage and run support, and Shanahan even suggested he might be the starting slot corner as early as week 1. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. CHEETAH at Levi's Stadium. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing with whispers that Tyreek Hill The electrifying wide receiver known as the Cheetah could be making a blockbuster move to the San Francisco 49ers. While nothing has been confirmed officially by either party, several league insiders have pointed to quiet conversations between Hill's camp and high-level executives within the 49ers front office. The idea of pairing Hill's unmatched speed and playmaking ability with Kyle Shanahan's creative offensive scheme has fans and analysts salivating. If true, this move could tilt the entire balance of power in the NFC, bringing a new level of explosiveness to an already formidable San Francisco offense. The speculation began earlier this week when Hill was spotted at a Bay Area restaurant reportedly frequented by team personnel. Since then, social media has erupted, and fans have started dreaming of the possibilities. Some insiders claim the 49ers are willing to part with significant draft capital or even a core player to make the deal happen. While skeptics are cautioning against jumping to conclusions, the possibility of Hill donning the iconic red and gold jersey at Levi's Stadium has quickly become one of the most talked about potential moves in the NFL. Behind closed doors, there's growing chatter that 49ers brass have been quietly evaluating the potential cost and logistics of bringing Tyreek Hill to the Bay. Rumors suggest that the 49ers, always calculated in their roster decisions, see Hill not only as a weapon, but as the missing piece that could transform their offense from elite to unstoppable. The current receiving core, while talented, lacks that true game-breaking deep threat who can shift momentum in an instant. Hill's ability to stretch the field vertically and open up space underneath for players like Deebo Samuel and George Kittle could elevate the entire unit. Furthermore, with Christian McCaffrey in the backfield and Brock Purdy emerging as a composed and accurate passer, the addition of Hill would force defenses into near impossible matchups. Some league insiders believe that Miami's front office might be quietly fielding offers, especially with salary cap concerns looming. The 49ers, with their Super Bowl window wide open, could view this as an all-in move, similar to the Rams' strategy with Von Miller and OBJ. While no trade proposal has surfaced publicly, the possibility alone is enough to send shockwaves through the league. Could this be the final move in Shanahan's championship chess match? Speculation intensified when several 49ers players began interacting with Hill on social media, liking posts and even leaving cryptic emojis on his recent uploads. Some fans have taken these subtle hints as confirmation that something is brewing behind the scenes. Meanwhile, sources close to Hill suggest he's intrigued by the idea of playing in a system that utilizes motion and creativity as effectively as Shanahan's. Although Hill has enjoyed success in Kansas City and Miami, the allure of competing for another Super Bowl with a loaded 49ers roster could prove irresistible. Adding fuel to the fire, former teammates and coaches have hinted that Hill has always admired the 49ers organization and their culture of winning. One source claimed that Hill was blown away after a recent conversation with 49ers legend Jerry Rice, who reportedly praised the idea of Hill continuing the franchise's tradition of legendary receivers. While that may be nothing more than locker room lore, the timing is hard to ignore. The offseason is often filled with wild rumors, but some have more legs than others, with so many circumstantial details aligning. The possibility of Tyreek Hill arriving at Levi's Stadium feels more real with each passing day. In terms of logistics, the trade would not be easy, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. The 49ers have shown in recent years that they're willing to maneuver contracts, defer money, and shift cap space when the right player is available. Hill's current deal with Miami is substantial, but there are ways to restructure or include additional assets to make the trade viable. San Francisco has also built a reputation as a destination franchise, with players praising its winning culture, state-of-the-art facilities, and committed fan base. With the NFC appearing wide open and a Super Bowl feeling within reach, the pressure is mounting on general manager John Lynch to make bold moves. This wouldn't be the first time the 49ers shocked the NFL landscape with a sudden game-changing acquisition. The potential ripple effect of bringing Hill to the Bay would be massive, not just for the team's offense, but also for ticket sales, national media coverage, and locker room morale. Coaches around the league are reportedly watching closely, some even preparing contingency plans in case they face a Hill-powered 49ers offense in 2025. Until confirmed or denied, the rumor alone is enough to dominate headlines and ignite imaginations. Of course, with all major NFL rumors, there are just as many doubters as believers. Some league executives are downplaying the possibility, citing Miami's reluctance to lose one of their marquee stars. Others argue that Hill is too embedded in the Dolphins' identity to be moved, especially considering his chemistry with Tua Tagovailoa. Still, the NFL is a business, and stranger things have happened, especially when Super Bowl contention is on the line. While fans and analysts dissect every clue, the silence from both franchises is perhaps the loudest signal yet that something could be in the works. If the 49ers truly believe that Hill can be the X factor they need, there's little doubt they'll at least explore every possible angle. For now, all eyes remain fixed on Levi's Stadium, where the arrival of the Cheetah could be imminent. Until then, the NFL world continues to speculate, dream, and debate. Is this the beginning of a seismic shift in the power dynamics of the league? Could Tyreek Hill really be headed to San Francisco? Only time will tell. But in the world of professional football, where smoke often means fire, this particular rumor is burning harder than most. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.